"43 minutes until we reach target destination, Captain," one of the crew members announced, as exovol flew at light speed 13 towards their destination. "Oh no," Vermi said, as he stared at his control panel. Bad news, Captain. We've got company. The two ships that were attacking us before have entered lightspeed. They're matching course. The lead ship seems to be the Tier 2, and it's gaining on us, moving at lightspeed 17. Based on the projections, it'll catch up with us in approximately 8 minutes. The Tier 3 ship is slower but still gaining. They'll catch up with us in approximately 16 minutes. They're moving at lightspeed 15. "Come on, Vermi," Mika said. "Don't you have something you can do? Some sort of trick? Pull some energy from somewhere. Our weapon system, something. We need to buy more time." "I'm sorry, Captain," Vermi replied. "Even if we pulled all the energy from the weapon systems, it wouldn't be enough to really do anything. We'd still be stuck at lightspeed 13. We just can't move any faster. As long as we're in this state, we're a very slow target. Even Tier 1 ships could keep up with us." "Damn it," Mika replied. "Fine then. We're already in the thick of it. It's going to be a jump start. But at this rate, we don't have any other options. If they start launching attacks at us while we're at light speed, the chances are the damage will take us out before we can reach our target destination. We won't be able to make it there on impulse alone. They'll gun us down before we get there." "Okay, game plan," Mika called out. "Send out a transmission, maximum strength, using the fleet encryption that we've been using, and imprint the following message that I'm recording now," Mika said as she typed into the control panel on her side, hitting a few buttons and then beginning to speak. "This is Captain Angelica of the starship Tota. We have successfully acquired the objective, are now heading to destination at maximum flight speed. Unfortunately, we have come under attack. We have taken damage, lost sight of our 2 escort ships, and are now being pursued by enemy vessels," Mika said, as she reached over, tapping a few buttons and ending the recording. "All right, broadcast it. As loud as possible, people." "Captain, if we broadcast it at maximum strength, everyone in the system will pick it up." "Yes, of course they will," Mika replied to the crew member, looking shocked at her suggestion. "Listen, they already detected ships traveling at light speed entering the system. They just don't know who the ships are, so everyone's staying hidden. Remember, we're supposed to be traveling at impulse." "But Captain, won't the enemies pick up the signal as well? Even with our encryptions, they'll eventually decrypt the signal." "Yes, of course they will. But our allies have the encryption key. They'll decrypt it long before the enemy units do. It'll only take them a few moments, meaning we'll give them a jump start. With any luck, our flight directive will take us by some friendly units that can lend us a hand in this situation. Because I gotta tell you, otherwise we're pretty screwed. So clam your yap and send the signal." "Yes, Captain," the crew member said, turning around rapidly as he began entering the information in order to transmit the signal. They continued flying for a few more minutes before Vermi spoke up. "Captain, oncoming signal. The lead ship is catching up with us. And I don't know whether this is good or bad, but we're also detecting several warp light speed signatures starting up from different segments of the star system. Anyone's guess as to who it is, or whether they're friend or foe, but chances are they're headed in our direction, he said, before a shudder struck through exovol, the ship shaking somewhat. And there they are knocking at our door. The lead ship is caught up, and they're firing weapons. Not conversationalists, are they? Vermi said as he did his best to maintain control. Shields at 70%, Captain, Dolus replied. Suggested course of action, Captain, he asked, turning towards Mika. Maintain heading and course. Divert all energy to shields. You don't want us to fire back? One of the crew members announced. It would only be a waste. It wouldn't be enough to take them out. Focus the energy into the shields. We've got to keep them chasing us as long as we can, and get as close to the target destination as possible, she said, as another shake rumbled through the bridge of exovol. A few sparks flying from one of the consoles as a crew member ducked away from it. Shields down to 69%. It continued like that for some time, the ship following them, firing one shot after another, trying to disable exovol, as it ignored all else to make maximum haste towards its destination. Even worse, eventually, the second ship caught up, the Tier 3 vessel, now side by side with its Tier 2 companion. Both of them were firing at exovol. One rattle after another shook the ship. Luckily enough, at light speed, most plasma-based and missile-based weapons couldn't function, so they were restricted to laser-based weaponry, which limited the incoming damage. But it was still beginning to stack. Small explosions rocking the outside of exovol's body. Segments of the ship catching fire. Elements bursting into flame and exploding out into space. Only very small ones in comparison to exovol's full size. But the damage was beginning to build. Just as another impact was rocking exovol's form on the bridge of the ship, they were just trying to stabilize themselves after the last impact. One control panel after the next was beginning to overload, unable to bear the strain. Status, Mika called out. 3 minutes from target destination. But we're not gonna make it there. I'm sorry, Captain. We're gonna lose light speed. I can't maintain it anymore. It's either light speed or our shields. Pick one. You've got 5 seconds, by the way. Damn it, Mika replied. Shit, we were almost there, she said as once again a shudder struck through exovol, sparks flying in the room. Shields down to 29%, Captain. Vermi, drop out of light speed. Maintain maximum impulse. Divert all auxiliary energy to the shields, Mika cried out, as in a burst of blue light, exovol emerged from lightspeed, its form battered, weary, and heavily damaged, still trying to force itself forward, not stopping its momentum. Captain, by our current calculations, we will not reach our target destination. Projected estimates at impulse put us at 15 minutes from drop zone. Estimated time until the enemy weapons, now including their plasma and missile arrays, to tear through our shields? 4 minutes. Come on, now would be a real good time to save our freaking bacon, Mika said. Are we picking up anything on the scanners? She called out. Sorry, Captain. Our scanners are down. We've got no signals, coming or going. We can't pick anything up. I've got no clue, Captain. Okay. Well, guys, I don't know if this is going to be our last moment, but just in case it is, I'd like all of you to know. Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys did great. You were a fine crew. I just wish that I could have done better as your captain, Mika said, as out of the forward view screen, they saw a bright flash of light as a large ship dropped out of light speed, a ship that they recognized. Oh, would you look at this? They heard broadcasted over the fleet communication signal that they had left open. All that big talk, and here I am pulling your bacon out of the fire. The voice was a very familiar one. That of Friedmont Dareman, as he opened fire on the oncoming enemy ships.